Welcome to episode 1 of the Sneaker Resellers Podcast, where I go over all the drops of the week that I think are going to be profitable. If you're new here, my name is Xavier Victor, and I've been a reseller for 10 years. I started reselling sneakers because I was a sneakerhead, currently still am, but I had bills to pay, right? And I had to find a way to pay for college expenses, and you can too. Sneakers was my outlet, right? It's my expertise. So make sure you guys hit that follow or subscribe depending on the platform you are on. You can find more content on Instagram and TikTok at the handle Xavier Victor _kicks. That's XavierVictor.kicks. Okay, now with that said, let's get to today's content. First day to review, we got Monday. We were supposed to have the Easy Slide and the resin colorway drop, but it does look like it's going to be delayed, potentially because of the Kanye West Adidas battle that they're currently having over contracts. Kanye West wants to leave Adidas, for those of you who don't know. So he's potentially going to be going independent or with a smaller brand. I know he's talking to one right now in Austin, Texas. So potentially we might see all Yeezys delayed, which is a bummer just because Easy Slides, foam runners do tend to have pretty good resale. So do not expect the Easy Slide and the resin colorway to drop on Monday. So now let's get into Tuesday. Let's talk about whether or not the Supreme Air Force Ones are going to resell. And yes, I said the Supreme Air Force Ones potentially on Tuesday. They might be seeing a restock. This shoe is potentially moderate risk. Retail somewhere around, I believe, $95 or $100. I haven't gone for them in over a year because I didn't think they were reselling. But turns out demand for Supreme Air Force Ones has been pretty steady, right? This is a shoe that I'm starting to consider to be unbrickable. But just one thing to keep in mind, it is going to be dropping on the Supreme New York website, restock. And they do charge tax and they do charge shipping. So it might come out to somewhere around $120 depending on whether or not your state has tax, right? So keep that in mind. Should be lunch money. I was looking at StockX comparables and it's like $140, $150, some sizes $200. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will show you guys the screenshot here. But essentially it always resell. So even if you get it for like $120, you could make some lunch money on it if you sell local. So do keep that in mind. Now, let's talk about the Off-White Air Force One Brooklyn, right? The all green Off-White Air Force One. Retail is $160. This is the drop of the week. It is the safest cop of the week. So if you're gonna go for no other shoe, this is the shoe to go for. Currently, it's reselling in the thousands. Yeah, I said thousands. I think last sale on StockX might have been around $2,000 to $3,000, but I don't predict that after drop, like 2 weeks out, it's going to be at that price, right? So if you do have an early pair, I would get rid of it ASAP, like as soon as possible, because I do predict it's going to be essentially following the University Gold Air Force One Off-White that dropped a couple months ago. And the lowest ask right now, I believe, on StockX is $1,150. So I think it should follow that trend. I don't know if green is as popular as yellow, so maybe a little under, but it should be $1,000 plus, meaning a 9X, 8X, 10X on your money, depending on the size. If you are concerned with size, I would go with a bigger size, just because a lot of athletes do like the shoe, right? So who knows, you might be able to get a celebrity client out of buying the shoe. But it is a beautiful shoe. It is off-white, so 100% going to resell. Going to be amazing, amazing profit. Now, let's move on to Wednesday. Wednesday's looking pretty weak. We do have potential restocks from or on DTLR. But do expect lunch money. I probably am going to be skipping that day. I'm not going to be doing anything. Not going to be going for it. So Wednesday, take the day off. Don't have to go for anything. Thursday this week, got a lot of drops. So let's talk about the Jordan J Balvin, the Jordan 2 that is going to be dropping, and whether or not that is going to be reselling. Retail is really high. It's $300. So do keep that in mind. I do consider this a riskier cop based on comparisons like the Jordan 2 Ama Minyar. That had a retail price of $220. That was retail. If you look on StockX, if you're on YouTube, I'll show you right here. If you look on StockX, average sizes, so like size 9, size 8, those are going for retail, which is not great. And it looks like smaller sizes are going for under retail, meaning under 220, meaning those folks that are selling on StockX are doing it knowing that they are going to be losing money. And that could be for several different reasons, right? I think Jordan 2s are more popular with people with a bigger shoe size, right? So women and kids probably don't like Jordan 2s as much. So that is something to keep in mind. But I do think the J Balvin Jordan 2 in a bigger size and bigger sizes may potentially be a decent cop for resale. But again, it's like $300, potentially to get out 40. It's up to you, right? I would also stick to selling this locally if you can. I do think it's going to be easy local sale. And if your state doesn't have tax, even better. Me personally, I'm a huge J Balvin fan. Got the Jordan 1 J Balvins as part of my collection. So I'm going to be going for it regardless. I'm going to be going for it in a brick size, probably size 9, because that is my size. And I'm going to be having it as a display. So I like the shoe. I love the shoe. I love J Balvin. So it's going to be a cop for me. I'm going to cop personal. But do keep in mind those details if you do go for resale. It's not going to be for everybody. Only go for bigger sizes. Next up, let's talk about a really interesting drop, probably the most interesting drop of the week. We got the Jordan J Balvin slide. I never expected this, right? This makes me think that maybe Travis Scott will one day have a slide. If he doesn't already, I don't think he does. But super interesting concept that J Balvin's coming out with the slide. Slides have been extremely popular, right? We got the Easy Slide, we got the Addy Foam Slide. Those sell out, those resell. Retail is $70. For me, it's the wild card of the week, right? If you are somebody who's into betting, this might be an interesting cop, right? It's only, or from what I've seen, it's only selling right now on the Sneakers app. And on the Sneakers app, obviously, you have free returns, right? You buy something, you could send it back if it doesn't resell. It's the safest mode of buying, right? Which is amazing. So I'm going to go for personal myself. But if you're going to go for resale, currently on StockX, there's only a few sales. And they are in the 200s. So retail being so low at $70, I feel like this is a pretty interesting comp. I could see them reselling for like $100, $120, and at a $70 buy-in, that's not bad. But again, riskier. Who knows? It might go under. But I'm going to be going for it. Let me know if you guys are too in the comments if you are on YouTube. Okay, so let's move on to Friday. Friday, I know is going to be pretty exciting for those of you who like dunks. We do have potentially 2 dunks dropping. One dunk might be the sneakers or the Nike month of September drops. We'll see what that one is. But the one that we do know for sure that is going to be dropping is the Dunk Low Next Nature Phantom. It's like an orange colorway. Retail is $115, so it is kind of high. I believe it's because of the Next Nature stuff. Saving the planet and all that. It's going to come with an extra cost. This is a risky cop, bottom line. It's going to be pretty risky. Only certain sizes are going to resell. Only certain sizes are reselling right now, right? So do keep that in mind when you're going to be going for it. But also do keep in mind that this might be a better shoe to just sell locally. right? So even if your size doesn't resell, you could probably sell it locally to make a profit, right? From somebody who just wants it, right? Just because it is a dunk, dunks are super popular. So I say stick to selling local if you do buy it. If you're not a local seller, might not be for you. Okay, so that is all the shoes that I want to talk about in terms of resale. There are some other notable shoes dropping this week that I do just want to mention, but I do think they potentially might be going for under retail, but I do think a lot of people will like them. The first one up is the Jordan 1 Heirloom. It's not up on Sneakers app yet, so it might be delayed, but retail is $180, supposed to be dropping on Saturday. It's a beautiful shoe. But thing is, there's a lot of yellow shoes coming out, and with recent Jordan 1 drops, what we are noticing is that they are going under retail. So super risky cop, only buy for personal, in my opinion. The next one up that I want to talk about is the Carhartt New Balance 990 V1s. Carhartt is being super popular now, right? I think it's just because, everybody's moving away from high fashion to like workwear. Retail's $200, dropping on the New Balance website, dropping on Friday. It's a nice shoe, but most 990s V1s, they do go under retail. So I don't know if that Carhartt label, collaboration is going to make it go up in any kind of way. It looks like a basic New Balance 990 V1 if you ask me, right? But it might have the Jound effect. Who knows? Next up, we got the Staples Crocs All Terrain. This is a shoe that I'm going to be going for personal as well. Retail is $80. Not a lot of people know it's dropping on Tuesday. If you follow Jeff Staple on Instagram, he posts about it. He's currently private, so not a lot of people are talking about it, especially because he is a private page right now. The last Staples Crocs that they dropped, the pigeon ones, some of them are reselling for a little bit, but it's not worth it, right? It's not going to cover StockX fees or anything like that. So I do think it's potentially going to be under retail. Risky cop. I don't think it's going to do too well. Okay, let's go two more. So next one, Knock the Hot Step. The yellow one, I believe, is dropping this week. Retail is $180, dropping on Friday. Again, another one that I do think is going to be under retail. The all black Knock the one is under retail right now. So just understand that if you do buy this shoe, it's not going to resell. And only go for personal. And the last shoe I want to talk about is a shoe that a lot of people are saying is going to resell, but I throw caution to it. It's the Air Max 1 hemp, dropping this Thursday at a retail price of $180. That retail is high, $180. Just personally, I think that's really high. Currently, it's reselling for like $220, $230. So I think people think it's going to be lunch money, which it might be, like $10, $15. But I feel like the shoe is not as popular as Dunks, right? So you can't like charge a premium on it locally, and really take into consideration like who your buyer is going to be and how easy how easy it is to actually sell, right? At the end of the day. Like you don't want something sitting in your inventory for months. And that's happened with me for some Air Maxes, especially trying to sell locally. So keep that in mind. This is episode 1. I'm going to be cutting up a bunch of clips and posting them on YouTube. And don't forget to hit that follow, subscribe, download the episode, depending on the platform you are on. And hope this helps. I'll catch you guys for episode 2 next week.